Raindrops keep falling on my head. Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. In today's video, I'm wanting to try to get into the April 2025 bargain bead box, the April showers. And if you haven't seen that unboxing, I'll go ahead and link it. I'll go ahead and put it in the iCard right here, and I'll also link it in the description box below, and you can go watch that unboxing. But I was so excited to get started on this. It's been a little over a week, but I'm finally trying to get something made here. And today we're gonna make us a necklace. So it's gonna be a layered necklace. So let's go ahead and give you a quick view. Okay, to save on time, I went ahead and I've got most of this made. I will kind of show you what I'm doing, and then we'll finish it off together. But this is actually supposed to go, I don't know how. This is supposed to go under here. But anyway, you kind of get the gist of it. So we'll do one string at a time. And I think that's the only way to do this the best way I know how. All right, let's go ahead and get started. In the yeah, I think it was this. There was two chandelier pendants, I think. I don't remember what the first one was called, but I believe this was the little bag, the number 13. It was two pieces of 19 by 30 millimeter stainless steel cloud chandelier pendants. And I had said on that unboxing, you could make some pretty earrings out of it, but it depends on the size that you'd want, because that would make some big earrings. So I've decided to do a necklace with it. And so I'm going to do like a strand necklace. So this is going to be 5 strands, and then we'll connect it up here onto a chain. Okay, so it's fairly simple. It's just mainly just the hardest part was me trying to figure out what I wanted on each strand and going from there. So this very first strand, I measured this in centimeters. So this very first strand is going to be 20 centimeters. And I am doing these are called lobster claws or lobster clasp. And I jokingly call them Captain Hook's hands. You all have heard me say that if you've been with me very much. But you put your string through this little hole right here, and you crimp it off with a crimp tube or crimp bead. And then this little part, it's just like just a hook, like similar to like a jump ring. You roll it on down, and it actually works as your jump ring, as you can kind of see. I don't want to drop all this. As you can see right there, what I do is I bend it, roll it on over with my round nose pliers, and then at the very tip there, I kind of squeeze it off with some chain nose pliers to make sure that it's going to stay. Okay, let's get unwound here. Now, right now, these are all wonky, but they'll lay flat once you get it going. All right, we are doing, I'll show you what I use for this first strand. We've got the number 7, which was the 13 by 6 millimeter faceted teardrop brole beads and crystal with an AB finish. And the number 8, which was the 8 by 4.5 millimeter crystal faceted fancy rondelle beads with an AB finish. I thought these were just beautiful. They kind of make you think of raindrops because they're clear, and then they've got that AB finish. And with both of these, they came with some little seed beads that are also that crystal with an AB finish. So what I've done here, I started off with the teardrop bead, and then I put a little seed bead, then a rondelle, then a seed bead, then a teardrop bead, you know, so on. So let's go ahead and finish this on out. So we left off with the teardrop bead. So I need a seed bead. And by the way, I don't know if I told you or not, this is 20 centimeter tiger tail. Actually, it's not tiger tail, but it's like tiger tail. This is, I got this at Hobby Lobby. What is it called? Economic? No. Econophile, I think is what it's. Econoflex, maybe if I would get the rest of that sticker off. It's Econoflex. It's made by Softflex. It is a medium weight, so it's probably, yeah, it's 7 strands. Okay, so this is like the Tiger Tail 7 strand. Just got it at Hobby Lobby. All right, I lost that little seed bead, so let's go ahead and I think, so there's 20 centimeters, and it grows by 2 centimeters each strand. So we'll do 20, 22, 24, 26, and then that final one is 28 centimeters long. All right, so let's get this little seed bead on. Then we're going to do one of those fancy rondelles. And a seed bead. Then the teardrop, and it's just right there at the very tip. Then a seed bead. Then a rondelle, and I just do that pattern until, you know, if you're wanting to follow mine, do that pattern until you get to the very end. And because all we need is crimp tube, and it doesn't matter what color that is because it's going to go inside that clamshell and it's not going to show. The hardest part about this, the first side is easy. I'll show you here in a second. But always doing the first end is always easy. It's the second end that makes it so hard trying to get these things crimped into place. All right, now let's do the teardrop. And her seed bead. And a rondelle. I'm going to try to end, I think, a seed bead. And a teardrop. Let me see what that looks like. I don't know if because I started with a teardrop. I want to end with a teardrop. So don't know. Maybe, well, let's see. Get my precision needle nose. That might do one more set. I think it will. So let's do another seed bead. Oh, April. Okay. Rondelle. Yeah. Seed bead. And teardrop. Okay, I think, y'all, it's going to be close. So right now I'm trying to put my wire up through that little, actually I'm going to pull this on a little bit flatter. I'm pulling that, it is tough, but I'm pulling it to try to flatten that out some. Okay, but still, I'm going up in that center. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. See right there. Let me get in frame, huh? Okay, I'm going to get my other precision pliers. I think I can grab it a little bit better. I got it. So I'm going to gently let go here. Come back and grab it. Okay. Now this is the tricky part. So let's put the crimp tube on. Go ahead and grab these again. Okay. And let it go down as far as it'll go. Now, okay, I will see if I can do this with my crimp pliers. Okay, now let's just go in here with this precision, see if I can wrap it around that way. All right, so I'm going in here and where am I at? I'm gonna try to just, it's at the as far down as it can go. I'm gonna squeeze it, give it a good squeeze. And then I'm gonna try to come around and wrap it around itself. Actually, now that okay, I'm going to come in with my needle nose pliers that's got the grip. Let me see if I can lay this guy on down. Okay, that's better. He's completely flat now. Maybe I can go in here with my crimp pliers. Try to squeeze it on off here. Okay, all I'm trying to do is get it to wrap itself around, to fold up and wrap itself around so that way it won't come off. Now sometimes though, if you're not careful, well even if you are careful, it can break if you fiddle with it too much. There, I think I did it. Yeah, yep, I did. Then you want to kind of give her a tug. Make sure it's not going to come out. And then go in there and clip off some of that tail that's sticking up. Otherwise, you can't get your clamshell to close all the way. But don't go, you know, be careful. Don't go too far. I've done that before and then I had to redo it. Okay. Now just take some pliers and press that on up. Okay, I'm having to bring it up. I'm just doing that. Now I think I can get in there and put the round part of the bead in between that round part of my pliers and be able to close it on off. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now it's closed off. See? All right. I think before I put it onto my other end of my cloud, I'm going to just finish all of these one by one. Okay. Let me get some of this cleaned off and I will get my next round of beads and we'll get started again. So our second strand, this is what I come up with. I'm using the 6mm Amazonite frosted round beads, the 10mm crystal faceted half matte round beads, and I said they kind of remind me of the disco ball beads, and then the 4x3mm stainless steel round spacer beads. That's what I'm using here. Since my little clamshell, when you close it, it looks like a little silver bead, I started it with the Amazonite and I'll end it with the Amazonite because it kind of makes it look like it's about the same size as those spacer beads. So all I'm doing is an Amazonite, this crystal faceted half matte, well, the crystal faceted bead, Amazonite spacer bead. And it's very simple. So we stopped at the spacer bead, so I'm doing an Amazonite, this disco ball, and then an Amazonite. And these, they are a gemstone, so they're going to vary in color. Some looks a little greener. This almost is like, some's a little whitish. This is a little white. I'm not sure where I left off I ran out of some storage. I had to clean up some storage. All right, so now we left off at a spacer bead. So we're going to do an Amazonite. And one of these. An Amazonite. Question is, okay, let's look at something here. I want it to go all the way to the end, but leave me some room. But I don't want to end it with a spacer bead. Let's grab the old precision tip pliers again. And everything I use or something at least similar to what I use, I will try to... Wait, I do need a spacer bead here, don't I? I'll put it in the description box below. Okay, there's that. Now, Amazonite. Now, what's it looking like? I don't know if I'll have enough for that. Nope. No, I'm not going to have enough for that. Okay. So that's just how it's going to have to end for mine. You know, you might want to do yours different size than mine. Okay, that's ending with that. Or this. I don't know why, but to me, it almost tricks the mind if I use one of these. You know, maybe it won't. I don't know. Honestly, it's not going to be that noticeable anyway. Somebody would really have to stare at you a long time to see, to observe your necklace. Okay, this time I'm going to try to get that as flat as I can beforehand. I keep trying to look and make sure I'm not... Okay, so I've got that as flat. All right, you all seen how I struggled getting that one on. It's the same deal. So I'm just going to jump ahead, and for you, we'll be starting on our third strand. Before you close this up, test your crimp too. Make sure it's, kind of give it a little tug. Make sure it's not going to come off. So for strand number 3, we're also using the same spacer beads. We are using the 6mm crystal faceted round beads in peach opal with an AB finish. And then these 8x6mm crystal faceted teardrop beads in crystal AB finish. Now I'm going to show you something. There's a very subtle difference. One of the ends is just a little bit, maybe if I put them down here you can see. One of the ends is a little bit more squatty than the other end. It's going to be one of those videos that I keep running out. So I'm not sure where I was quickly. Today's going to be one of those days. All right, again, I don't know where it let off, but on these, just in case, on these teardrops, it's very subtle, but there is a squattier end. So the squattier ends, I'm facing outwards, okay? And then it will be the peach will be in the middle. So I've went ahead and put one on, and the squatty end went that way. So we're doing the peach. Then the squattier end's going to go in the opposite, so it's going to go toward the top. That one went toward the bottom, that one's going toward the top. That should, hopefully that'll make sense. Then a spacer bead, and that's all I'm doing until we get this filled up. Trying to keep an eye on my storage. And I don't feel like getting my big camera out, so I'm trying to fight with my phone right now. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. And the same thing with that, I'm not going to end it with a spacer bead because the little thing right there looks like a spacer bead. So I'm going to try to end it, hopefully. Let's see. Go there. And our peach. We're going to get out our precision pliers again. And hopefully I can end it with that teardrop. I think I can. Maybe. Maybe instead of doing 22 centimeter, 20, 22, 24, etc., go up a half size so that way you're not fighting as bad as I am with this. All right, I'm going to fight with trying to get my crimp tube on and my lobster claw on, and I will be back. Okay, I wanted to clarify something. Now that I'm measuring this up against this one, I think if I leave that peach on, because I was trying to start a whole new, another round, I don't need it. So now it's even. So I started it with the teardrop. I'm ending it with the teardrop. And I guess I got a little extra that I'll clip off. That's no big deal. But it's just good to go back and measure yourself and see, okay, how is this laying? So we're doing good. All right, I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to the 4th strand. We are using the 4mm Malaysia Jade dyed blue. We are using this 8mm matte crackle glass bead. Oops. And we are using the petal bead caps. And I'm going back and we're using these fancy rondelles. Okay, so I started with the blue. So we're doing the Malaysia Jade. We will do a bead cap, then a crackle glass, then a bead cap, then the Malaysia Jade, then a fancy rondelle, and start all over. So again, the Malaysia Jade, bead cap, crackle glass, bead cap, Malaysia Jade, and the fancy rondelle. And that's going to lay right there. So All right, I'm going to continue this until I get it up right around here. We will put our lobster clasp on. And then I will meet you back. Okay, I'm having to restring this. It's just barely too short. So like I said, go a little bit longer. But all you do is just go on the opposite end and kind of work it. It's not that hard. Just kind of wiggle it and work it on down. Oops. And just keep doing that. Okay, and I will be back in just a minute. I'm going to save that because it's still good. Okay, this is the fourth and final strand. So I'm kind of doing a combination of some of the stuff I've already used, with the exception of, you haven't seen these yet. These are Amazonite rondelle beads, but everything else you've seen. So hopefully I've got enough of these little seed beads. So I started with one of those Amazonite rondelle. And so what I'm doing is an Amazonite, then this seed bead, this ABC bead, the crystal, then one of the little blue Malaysia jade. Then we are doing that peach one that we done earlier. A blue Malaysia jade. Then a seed bead. The Amazonite rondelle, and you'll see that they vary in color. A seed bead. Hopefully I got enough seed beads. The blue Malaysia jade. Peach. Blue. Seed bead. Malaysia jade. Or sorry, the Amazonite seed bead. And that's all I'm doing until like we get to the end. Hopefully this one I won't have to restring. Like I actually had to restring that one and that one. That one is because I clipped it and then it decided to come off the little crimp tube. And the other one, it just wasn't, I hadn't cut it long enough. All right, well, let me finish this. That one, or is it this one? No. Okay. I will finish doing this because I don't want to run out of storages while I'm not making it real long. Plus, I don't want to bore you to death and making it real long. So I will finish this part. If I can get it. I'll finish this part and then I will meet you back. Okay, I'm not hooking this one yet. I may have to clip that one because I think I actually, maybe I had it the right size earlier because now it looks like it's too long. So we're going to go ahead and put the other cloud on. So just make sure that, you know, I went in on that side, make sure it's straight, and I'm going in. That's going to be the front. Flip it around. And then let me get it to where I can actually show you. So once it's in there, you'll see that it's poked up a little bit. What I do is take the tip of my round nose pliers and just bring it on down. Then after that, then I take my chain nose and kind of just give it a squeeze. Okay, then the next one. Okay, flip it around. I'm gonna roll it on down. Give it the, I swear, I'll say some words and then I'll come up. Then all of a sudden I'll hear my husband saying some stupid thing. I'm hearing him right now when I say he's a squeeze, because he'll do something anaconda squeeze. I don't know what he's talking about, where he got it from or what. It's probably some stupid movie, or I don't know, years ago he used to listen to that Tom and whoever. But I'll say something now. I'll hear him acting ignorant. Okay, this actually come off, so I had to I swear these, I think I like Crimp beads better than Crimp tubes, or I don't know. It seems like I struggle with them, but I like the look of this. That's why I guess I fight with it. So let me clip that out. Okay. Now make sure I'm straight. So I'll go in, flip it around quickly because I keep running out. After I've got these on and I look, yes, I'm going to clip it up here, and then I'm going to put my little bead back down to here. That'll make it more level. And then I think this one is fine once I fix that one, and then I will come back and show you how we'll end it. All right, I finally got this done. So now I've taken roughly about 35 centimeters, about 35 centimeters. And I clip that off. Then I need to find the middle. Okay. Should be that one. And I'm just going to clip it, be easier than trying to take it off. Where did I just put my... Okay. I'll come off here. All right, then I'm going to take a jump ring. Going to put it on the end of one of these chains. Then the end of our rain cloud. Hopefully this will be strong enough to hold it. If not, then I'll come back with a little bit stronger jump ring. Okay. Same thing down here. Is that the part that's cut? Or is it this part? All right, quickly, here it is. I went ahead and put a bigger lobster clasp on there, and a little bit bigger jump ring. And there it is. And I will take some pictures and show you what it looks like at the end. And I will leave everything on Bargain Bead Box in the description box below. Just go check them out. And I'll leave the link. You can go through me and go look at them, and see what they're about. You won't be disappointed. And I will also leave down in the description box below the link to the unboxing for this video. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and stay tuned because I'm going to be making a pair of earrings and a bracelet to match this necklace. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Let me show you something real quick. That was too long for my liking, so I went back and I cut some different chain, I think about 4 or 5 centimeters shorter than what I had it. I almost think that went down to 30. And I took some of my 16 gauge, come on, quit blurring, some of my 16 gauge wire, and I made my own jump rings because I just didn't think what I had was strong enough to hold this, weight of a necklace. And this chain I got at Walmart. It's a little thicker than what come with the Bargain Bead Box kit. And then again, I put a lobster clasp on here, another jump ring, a little bit bigger. That one I didn't make. I figured it'd be okay. But if I feel that it's too weak, I'll go back and do what I done here. And there's another jump ring I made. So that is it. I wanted to hop back on here and show you what I done differently. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.